Hi there, welcome to Clarke Auction's June 30th Fine Art Auction Preview. I'm going to share with you some of the highlights and interesting paintings, I think, and works of art in this sale. I'm going to start first with this lovely work done in 1936 by Max Arthur Cohen of offloading a boat. Cohen was born in England but emigrated to the United States, and by the 1930s was working for the WPA project. And here we have, typical 1930s fantastic work. And an interesting fact about Cohen is after the war he started to get into silk screening, and that became one of his prominent interests, and he was the teacher of Andy Warhol. And so now we move on to below the Cohen, this fabulous work in the 40s by Guy Wiggins. This is called The Night Shift, and it was done in 1943 when Guy Wiggins and about 20 other artists were working in Deep River, Connecticut at the Platt Reed Piano Factory making gliders for the war effort. And this is estimated at $8,000 to $12,000 in our sale. We're now moving along to another exciting work by the American artist Leon Dabo, the tonalist artist. This was probably done in the 1920s, and it's a typical Dabo, and it's fabulous, fresh to the market. You can see it's got this lovely couple on the beach and the linear aspect of Dabo's. Some boats, and really an exciting painting, and really could use a clean. It's got a few damages, but we've got it conservatively estimated at $8,000 to $12,000. We're now moving along the wall here to a contemporary artist named Janet Fish. She is known for doing a lot of reflections in objects like glass, and this was done in 1974 when she was at the Skowhegan colony up in Maine, and this is estimated at $4,000 to $6,000. A lovely pastel. We need to move on to a contemporary work by the British artist David Gamble. This is Andy Warhol's study in his house. Gamble was commissioned by Sotheby's in 1987 to photograph his Warhol's townhouse before their sale, and Gamble, being an artist, has incorporated his pop art version of Andy in this wonderful photographic work. Moving above, we go to the South African artist, what is his name? John Meyer. We actually have two works by Meyer. This one was done in '89, and as you can see, this is a Lower East Side view by Meyer, and this is estimated at $6,000 to $9,000. And moving along, we're going to somebody that we see a lot here, Hunt Sloman, and this is actually Carmen Miranda, done in 2001. And like Hunt always does, he has layers of paint, and he also scores and creates this web-like texture to this painting. And we have an estimate of $4,000 to $6,000 for Carmen Miranda. We're now going to move around to the other side of the front room, and we have this wonderful large work by Tadashi Asoma. He's a Wally Finley Gallery artist, and born in Japan but worked in Paris and New York, and by the 1980s he moved to Garrison, New York, and he really expresses himself in the nature and color of upstate New York. And this was done in 1995. We're now moving along the wall, but I'd like to focus on a small painting by the Italian artist Renato Guttuso. Guttuso was from Sicily, and he was the founder of the New Art Front movement in Italy. And I believe this is probably from his home area of Sicily on the coast, maybe done in the summer of 1950. Above that we have a Samuel Coleman, the American artist, and we have this lovely water view. And you can see how well that is done, and that is estimated at $800 to $1,200. One of the real highlights, I think, of our auction is this work by the Tanzanian artist Sam Joseph Nitro. This is called The Pool, and this was exhibited in the Merton D. Simpson Gallery in 1960. Nitro was trained at the Slade in London, and he's the first Tanzanian artist ever to exhibit overseas from Tanzania in London and at the Simpson Gallery in 1960. And also he's the first African artist to enter the MoMA Museum's collection. Finally, I'd like to kind of mention over here, we also have a pair of William Trost Richard drawings of some twilight landscapes. And these are estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. Here we are now in the main gallery, and as usual, we have a great cross-section and diversity of prints and oils. As we track along, we've got Leonard Nierman, we've got some more realist landscapes, we've got large work by a Scandinavian artist of London, and we have a work by Alice Dalton Brown, The View from the Porch. And we have three works by the artist James Schmidt. He was a professor and artist in Illinois. So we have these lovely Midwestern views. We have this lovely large work by the illustrator Howard Chandler Christie. It's really a wonderful Grisaille-like work by the artist, probably done in the 1920s. And it's a really fabulous work, and we have it estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. Tracking along, we've got 19th century landscapes, views of Venice, and lovely figures. And we even have a good selection of 19th and early 20th century print posters. And now I'm going to end up with this really interesting sketch by the contemporary designer Gio Ponti. It seems to be that this is a rather rare sketch of some type of floral arrangement object. And then we also have a good selection, as usual, of Vincent D. Smith's, the African-American artist, in which we have several works done in the 1980s that were inspired by some of his trips to Africa. And with that, I think I'll leave you to explore our catalog online at clarkeny.com, or come into the auction 3 days prior for the actual preview to see all the great things. And if you do have any questions, feel free to give a call or email. And like I said, the sale is going to be Sunday the 30th of June, and good luck at the auction.